I'm Deputy Chief Bud Benefield with Carroll County Fire Rescue. This is the Carroll County Fire Rescue Physical Agility Task Instructions. This is the Carroll County Fire Rescue Physical Agility Task Instructions. The following series of tasks meet the approved physical agility test as specified in the official Code of Georgia annotated 25-4-8, Section A, Paragraph 5. A time duration is kept from the time the candidate acknowledges he or she is clear on the instructions given prior to beginning the first objective and makes a move to pick up the equipment. The following personal protective equipment used in this exam must be worn at all times while the candidate is testing and shall be NFPA approved for firefighting. This equipment includes helmet, gloves, and SCBA, backpack and bottle only. Protective eyewear shall consist of safety glasses, which will be provided by Carroll County Fire Rescue. Personal glasses or sunglasses must be approved by the exam proctor. Footwear shall be work shoes or boots with no open toe or heel. Steel-toed boots are recommended. No beach shoes, sandals, or flip-flops will be allowed. Watches and jewelry are not permitted. Work-type clothing consisting of long pants is highly recommended. All firefighting type gear and equipment will be furnished by Carroll County Fire Rescue. Candidates will be required to wear the equipment at all times during the exam. The PPE, which was mentioned above, including an SCBA filled with air as you would on a fire scene. While this is a timed exercise, candidates are reminded to pace themselves during the exercise. Candidates have a total time limit of 10 minutes to complete the first 8 objectives and 2 minutes for the aerial ladder climb. The physical agility test consists of 8 separate events or evolutions. While not all are aligned side by side, the test sequence is laid out requiring you to progress along a predetermined path from one event to another in a continuous manner. The events are placed in a sequence that best simulates fire scene events while allowing a walk between events. The walk and layout of events allows the candidate to recover and regroup before each event. Special note, since the recovery of personnel is vital during fire rescue operations, resting between tasks is allowed. However, rest time will be calculated as a part of total test time, including any recovery time that is needed by the applicant. Wellness, safety, and physical endurance are a vital part of fire rescue operations. Candidates whose blood pressure is measured in excess of 160 systolic and heart rates in excess of 120 beats per minute prior to the exam shall not be permitted to continue. Blood pressure and heart rates are provided by medical direction for the safety and well-being of the candidate. They must be adhered to. The exam proctor may allow the candidate one 30-minute rest period prior to the start of the exam. This will allow the blood pressure and heart rate to fall within the established rates. As a result of blood pressure and heart screening at this test, some candidates may be recommended to see their private physician prior to participating in this exam. During the exam, if any evaluator may stop the candidate if the candidate's physical well-being or health is in jeopardy. If either evaluator stops the test for this reason and the candidate is unable to continue in the test process, there will be no makeups or no redos. I'm about to read each of the evolutions to you that you will be participating in. Evolution number 1, NPQ Firefighter 1 objective, 15-5.34, task 18-13 is the stair climb. Candidates must wear an SCBA with a filled tank and carry one section of 1.5 or 1.75 diameter hose. The candidate will be required to walk up 3 flights of stairs, a minimum of 10 feet per flight to the 4th floor. At no time shall running or missing a step be permitted. Once the candidate reaches the 4th floor landing, they will return back down the stairs to the starting point, and this objective will be considered completed. In the event the objective is not met, the physical agility exam will stop. The candidate, accompanied by the evaluators, will report to the exam proctor. If the stair climb is satisfactorily completed, the candidate will then move to evolution number 2. Evolution number 2, NPQ Firefighter Objective 1-5.61, Task 5-3, the beam slide. The candidate shall move from evolution number 1 to the beam slide, where they will be required to move a weighted target along a slide by striking it repeatedly with a rubber sledgehammer until the weighted target has been moved a minimum of 5 feet. This simulation evaluates the candidate's ability to use hand tools as would be used on fireground operations. The candidate then moves to evolution number 3. In the event the objective is not met, the physical agility exam will stop. The candidate, accompanied by the evaluators, will report to the exam proctor. Evolution number 3, NPQ Firefighter Objective 1-5.22, Task 7-3 is a ladder raise and extension. The candidate shall fully raise and lower the fly section of a 24-foot extension ladder, which is securely mounted in a vertical position 3 times. The candidate shall use the hand-over-hand method, not allowing the halyard or rope to slip or slide through the hands. This raise must be completed without the ladder locking into place. No means other than a handhold shall be used to secure or control the halyard or rope at any time during the exercise. If the candidate loses control of the halyard or rope or otherwise fails to complete a raise, the objective will be considered as not being met. In the event the objective is not met, the physical agility exam will stop. The candidate, accompanied by the evaluators, will report to the exam proctor. If the ladder raise is completed satisfactorily, the candidate then moves to evolution number 4. Evolution number 4, NPQ Firefighter 1 Objective 2-5.8, Task 12-1, Ceiling breach and pull. Candidates must stand within a boundary established by the evaluators and fully pull a 25-pound weight, which weighs approximately 25 pounds, and a ceiling device down 25 times. The candidate is permitted to stop and, if needed, adjust their grip. This simulation evaluates the candidate's ability to utilize a pipe pole during fireground operations. The candidate is required to count out loud each pull of the device. In the event the objective is not met, the physical agility exam will stop. The candidate, accompanied by the evaluators, will report to the exam proctor. If the ceiling breach and pull objective is satisfactorily completed, the candidate then moves to evolution number 5. Evolution number 5 is a backboard lift and control. The candidate, using the legs to lift, must lift a backboard with a mannequin weighted similar to that of an average size adult patient from ground level and lift to waist height and hold for a duration of 40 seconds. This simulation evaluates the candidate's ability to lift and move a stretcher, which is commonly used in fire and EMS operations. The candidate shall not rest the backboard on any part of the body or clothing, such as the legs or a belt, during the 40 seconds. In the event the objective is not met, the physical agility exam will stop. The candidate, accompanied by the evaluators, will report to the exam proctor. If the backboard lift and control objective is satisfactorily completed, the candidate then moves to evolution number 6. Evolution number 6 is NPQ Firefighter 1 Objective 1-5.20. Task 1-1 is a tunnel crawl. Evolution number 6 says the candidates must crawl through a tunnel that is approximately 30 inches in diameter and 20 feet in length. This is to determine if the candidate is claustrophobic. If for any reason the candidate chooses to end the event, they may call out and they will be assisted out of the tunnel. This simulation is to evaluate the candidate's ability to function in a closed, dark space as would occur in firefighting operations. In the event the objective is not met, the physical agility exam will stop. The candidate, accompanied by the evaluators, will report to the exam proctor. If the tunnel crawl objective is satisfactorily completed, the candidate then moves to evolution number 7. Evolution number 7. NPQ Firefighter 1 Objective 1-5.39. Task 10-1 is the hose advance. The candidate shall walk to the starting mark and pick up the nozzle of a charged and pressurized 1.5 or 1 3/4 hose line. The candidate will singularly advance the hose line a distance of 75 feet, open the nozzle in a controlled manner, and flow water to a given target, knocking over the target, then close the nozzle and return the nozzle to the starting mark. Lay the hose on the ground. At no time shall nozzles be dropped to the ground, slammed open, or closed in a manner which will allow damage to the equipment, nor shall the candidate lose control at any time of the hose line. This simulation evaluates the candidate's ability to utilize a fire hose in a controlled manner, which would occur during fireground operations. In the event the objective is not met, the physical agility exam will stop. The candidate, accompanied by the evaluators, will report to the exam proctor. If the hose advance objective is satisfactorily completed, the candidate then moves to evolution number 8. Evolution number 8 is NPQ Firefighter 1 Objective 1-5.26. The task is 14-4 is a rescue drag. The candidate shall drag a mannequin weighted in size similar to that of an average size adult patient, approximately 150 to 175 pounds, a distance of 50 feet. This simulation evaluates the candidate's ability to perform emergency removal of a team member or a victim who may be rendered incapacitated on a level surface without stopping. The mannequin must remain in contact with the ground at all times. The mannequin shall not be dragged in any manner which would cause an injury to the head. Examples are dragging by the feet. The exercise will be complete at any point where the candidate loses grip on the mannequin loses contact with the ground, or forward movement ceases. In the event the objective is not met, the physical agility exam will stop. Crossing the 50 feet mark shall constitute completion of the timed portion of the physical agility test. A maximum of 3 minutes of rest and recovery are allowed between the final timed objective and the ladder climb. Rest and recovery time begins when the timed portion of the physical agility ends. Evolution number 9. While this evolution is not included in the timed portions of evolutions 1 through 8, It must be completed prior to reporting to rehab during the physical agility exam. A maximum of 3 minutes of rest and recovery time are allowed between the final timed objective and the beginning of the ladder climb. Candidates must complete this evolution prior to returning to rehab or the proctor's location. Failure to complete this portion of the test in a satisfactory method or in the allotted time is a failure of the complete physical agility process. Evolution number 9 is the ladder climb. The candidate given a 70-foot aerial apparatus fully extended at an angle of 50 degrees shall climb the ladder to the full height and demonstrate locking into the ladder using a ladder belt. Candidates must reach the top of the ladder, lock into the ladder using the ladder belt, then clap the hands above the head, indicating completion of the climb, at which time will stop. Time begins 3 minutes after the completion of Evolution 8. Failure to complete this portion of the test in a satisfactory manner is a failure of the complete physical agility process. Successful completion of this exam requires the ability to comprehend and follow both written and verbal instructions, as well as the ability to crawl, climb to heights on ladders and stairs, lift, drag, pull, and manipulate heavy equipment, including charged hose lines, fire streams. In the event the evaluators determine that any of the objectives or any evolutions are not met, the physical agility exam will stop. This exam does not provide for partial completion in any evolution. The example would be dragging the mannequin 40 feet is considered a failure to satisfactorily complete the evolution. There will be no redos in any of the evolutions, and all must be completed 100%. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will begin the exam at any point in time that you need a specific task read to you again. Please let me know and we'll read that task. Remember, the time continues to run once we start the exam. All right.
Go.
Evolution 1, objective 15-5.34. The task is 8-13 is the stair climb. Are you clear on the instructions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, time will begin. Two evaluators will begin your time when you make your move. Pick up first piece of equipment. Start time. The next evolution is objective 1-5.61, the beam slide. You need the instructions.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Is that 5 feet?
Okay, the next objective is objective 1-5.22 is the ladder raised and extended. Do you need the instructions ready? evolution is evolution number 4. It is the seating breach and pull. I need you to count out loud 25 times, please.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Okay, the next evolution will be the backboard lift and control. The evaluators will keep a time 40 seconds and will let you know when 40 seconds has elapsed.
Time.
The next evolution is number 6, the tunnel crawl. Next evolution is number 7, the hose advancement outside the drill tower. Do you need the instructions ready? Okay. Off the end of the concrete pad, no running please. No running please. Okay, the next evolution is the rescue drag. Other side of the drill tower. Turns it back to the starting point. Good job. Stop time. You now have a 3-minute rest period if needed.
So, yeah, I knew it.
5:48.
Time was 5:48. You need your belt properly sized. We'll let one of the crew members help you with the size of the belt.
Dispatch 41, engine 21, 1002, 105 Crestview, circle off of Valley Drive, and Constance.
To save time, the belt may be properly sized prior to the candidate beginning the evolution. Allow them their 3-minute rest time if needed.
All right.
Okay, you indicate you're ready to go.
Yes, sir,
All
ready.
right, start the 2-minute time. completed physical agility exam for Carroll County Fire Rescue.
Can we hire it?
This concludes the test.